From the dawn of time in sports, there have been certain debates that have waged on and on without resolution. Specific conversations that ultimately just boil down to a matter of perspective and preference. But in some very rare instances, an elite force has risen to the forefront and distanced themselves from all other competition, ended all conversations or debates. And on June 14th, 1998, when Michael Jordan hit the shot over Brian Russell to secure his sixth and final championship with the Chicago Bulls, he also let rest his case as the all-time GOAT of basketball. While Jordan wasn't the greatest winner the sport has ever seen, while he might not have been the most individually statistically dominant, and while his bulk statistical accumulation does not rise to the level of other all-time greats who played substantially longer than him, Jordan does represent the greatest total package in basketball history. And while other players have risen somewhat near his level in the time since he stepped away from the game, no one has been able to eclipse him. Yet for some absurd and incomprehensible reason that still remains largely unknown, significant portions of the mass sports media continue to inundate us with LeBron James, Michael Jordan debates, as if this is some remotely close conversation. And even sadder and more pathetic is that there is a sect of media and fans out there that believe LeBron has even somehow eclipsed Michael Jordan.
Kobe Bryant couldn't fill, or Michael Jordan fill LeBron's shoes.
But the one and only thing LeBron James has ever done better than Jordan is play longer. And it is not merely the length of time LeBron played, but the time span of when he played. LeBron entered the league directly from high school and started accruing his all-important bulk statistics at just the age of 18. Jordan, meanwhile, played 3 years of college basketball, not entering the NBA until the age of 21. Jordan then famously retired at the age of just 30 to pursue a career in baseball, and that retirement lasted for almost 2 full years, as he would sit out the entire 93-94 year and return to the NBA with only 17 games remaining in the 1994-95 season. Therefore, Jordan missed the vast majority of his age 30 and 31 seasons. He also broke his foot at the very beginning of his second season in the league, missing all but 18 games that year as well. Michael Jordan would then, on January 13th, 1999, at the age of 35, announce his second retirement, which lasted 3 full years until he decided to return again and join the Washington Wizards at the age of 38, which was largely a marketing ploy for the team he owned at the time. As you can see, not truly an apples-to-apples comparison with the modern-day self-proclaimed GOAT.
That one right there made me the greatest player of all time.
Who has been ring-chasing and maximizing his winning and stat-stacking potential for the vast majority of his entire, now 20-year career and counting. James has played 1,421 career regular season games so far, while Jordan played in only 1,072. In terms of playoff games, James has played in 282 as compared to Jordan's 179. More than 100 additional playoff games alone for LeBron James. In totality, James has played 452 more career games than Michael Jordan, and unsurprisingly has logged substantially more minutes than Michael Jordan, over 17,000 more. So with a vast amount of additional time James has logged in comparison to Michael Jordan, LeBron must be increasingly more accomplished. Well, not exactly. LeBron James, in 20 years of play, has led the league in scoring just just one time, and that was way back in the 2007-2008 season, when he was just aged 23 in his 5th year in the league at the time. He also led the league in assists one time, which was in the highly unusual COVID-shortened 2019-2020 season. Those are the only 2 instances that LeBron has ever led the league in any standard box metric, compared to Michael Jordan, who led the league in scoring an incomprehensible 10 times, and that was in 10 consecutive seasons, beginning with his 3rd year in the NBA and spanning all the way to his aged 35 season when he retired the 2nd time. For context, Wilt Chamberlain is 2nd all-time with 7 scoring crowns, and no other player ever has more than 4. Jordan also led the league in steals 3 different times throughout his career, resulting in 13 standard box crowns, compared to just 2 for the self-proclaimed king. But as we know, and are perpetually reminded of by the mass media, LeBron has always been more of an advanced analytics type of player. Since James was unable to excel and distance himself in standard means of measurement, an entire movement of analytics was born to build and promote fake cases of dominance for him and others like him, the allegedly efficient players. Very important to diminish actual winners and prop up fantastical cases of alleged greatness for others incapable of winning. Surely, LeBron can excel in these fields, full of made-up acronyms like BPM and PER. Well, no, not really. Despite playing all of the additional time and seasons, Jordan and LeBron each led the NBA 9 times in value over replacement, while Jordan gets the check mark in box plus minus, leading the league 9 times compared to LeBron's 7. In win share crowns, 9-5 against LeBron, and PER crowns, 7 total to 6 in favor of Jordan. In all, LeBron led the NBA 45 times in an advanced analytics field throughout his NBA career, compared to Jordan's 69 advanced crowns. This is really getting embarrassing now. But LeBron, the media darling, who was dubbed the Chosen One at just the age of 17 when he was still in high school, surely has more media bestowed awards than his airness. Wrong again. LeBron has won 4 league MVPs to Jordan's 5. Have I mentioned the 452 more games and 17,000 more minutes LeBron has played than Jordan? Just checking. Jordan also won a Defensive Player of the Year award, and he did that in the same season he led the league in scoring and won MVP. Does LeBron have a Defensive Player of the Year award, you might be wondering? But what about the metric that really matters? Winning. Check mark to Jordan there as well, winning 6 titles as compared to LeBron's 4, again despite LeBron playing in 100 more playoff games. But surely, LeBron faced tougher competition. Well, no, he didn't. Throughout his NBA playoff career, LeBron James has played in 53 playoff series, as compared to Michael Jordan's 37. LeBron has played 28 total opponents in those series that either won a minimum of 50 games or in a strike-shortened season had a win percentage that would have won them 50 games in a full 82-game year. That is 28 of his 53 career playoff opponents, while Jordan faced a total of 27 50-plus win opponents in his 37 series playoff career. So LeBron has played a 50-win opponent 53% of the time, whereas Jordan faced a 50 or 60-win team 73% of the time that he was in the playoffs. Jordan was also more successful, much more so, against these higher-end opponents than LeBron, as James has amassed a record of 16-12 against 50, 60, and 70-win teams, which is a win percentage of 57%. Jordan Jordan, meanwhile, was 20-7 against those opponents, good for a win percentage of 74%. But surely, Jordan had much better teams and supporting casts. Not so fast. In all, during his 20-year career, James has played with 7 different players that made a combined 15 All-Star team selections while playing on a team alongside LeBron. Compare that to Jordan, who played with exactly 1 All-Star ever throughout his entire NBA career. Jordan played with only 1 other player in Scottie Pippen that ever made an All-Star game on a Michael Jordan-led team, and Pippen did it only 6 times. So Jordan played more difficult competition with worse supporting casts while playing drastically less time, and still won more than LeBron while producing a much higher level of individual dominance, both from a statistical and advanced standpoint. Yet and still, the cases continue to be built by teenagers on Twitter who have no understanding, appreciation, or context for anything that came before what they see, they experience, they think is the best ever, all the while only being emboldened by rating-obsessed liars on various mass media outlets, all because LeBron has more total stats than Jordan, just like Frank Gore has more career rushing yards than Barry Sanders, David Ortiz has more home runs than Mickey Mantle, and Joe Flacco has more career passing yards than Joe Montana. Longevity stat accumulation is such a minuscule part of the overall equation to determine all-time hierarchical greatness. There are arguably cases to be made against Jordan as the GOAT, but they do not and never will include the vastly and incomprehensibly overrated LeBron James.